Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
I recorded this earlier today, but I was really sleepy, and I'm really happy about how that one turned out. I don't think this one deserves my A game, but I will talk about it for a couple minutes. Wolfpack came by and left me a link to an upload from, who's this guy, Master System Marcel? I know I'm butchered that and everything. But that upload was titled An 8-Bit Eric Story. And he does have the warning NSFW, mature language. Yeah, I mean, the warning is applicable for this. So he left a link to an RTU streams, and I don't have the time to really look that up and find the full thing. I don't have the interest for that. But the little bit from that is one guy I've never seen before. I don't know who that is. I guess a friend of 8-Bit Eric. He talks to Rich about how he touched tips with Eric in the parking lot. I'm thinking, like, fist bumping? Tips of their swords? Did they sword fight? Well, you know, he meant tips of their dongers. And it wasn't where this was a thing. I didn't know that was the new, like, you know, what's up, bro? And then, like, you bump fist. Is that the new thing? I hope not, you know. I'm whipping mine out just like, hey, what's up, bro? Hey, bring it over here. Boom. I'm not going to do that. I don't know if they're in a certain kind of relationship. You know, more power to them if they like to do that. But I would say if you're at too many games, that's, I think, where they said they were at too many games, then that's not the place to do that. It's actually kind of disgusting. But it gets more disgusting. He then tells Rich that they get in their car and they're on the way. I'm not sure if they were on the way there or leaving there. They were going to a Buffalo Wings place. And on the way to the place where there's going to eat some chicken, I'm not sure if he was in the back of the vehicle or in the front. Not sure exactly. I don't think it was mentioned. But he starts working it. Starts choking the chicken. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just driving around, just choking a chicken. Like it's just something that's normal to do. All right? And the crazy thing is, it was a convertible car. Now, I don't know if it was a convertible. But it gets even more disgusting than the tip touching and then choking his chicken. Apparently, I don't know if he went to fruition. I'm not sure if he mentioned that he went all the way and reached the climax. I'm not sure. Maybe he was... I mean, even if you don't, you're going to still get some stuff on you. You don't have to go full DSP to actually still get some of your emissions out on your hand. Also mentioned that he had been wrestling 2 hours before, and he was sweaty and dirty. So it's not just like clean stuff, clean gunk. It's dirty gunk is what it is. He actually started shaking hands with people, which could you imagine this gets out and you hear about this? You know, what in the hell? It makes me rethink shaking hands with anyone at the flea market, like with anybody. I'm just going to do fist bumps. Because if, you know, you're fisting bumps, then that's knuckles and that's not the palm, you know. So I might just explain to people like, I don't do handshakes because, you know, coronavirus and you never knew who was going to be, you know, jerking the gherkin out there. I'm not accusing you, sir, but I've heard stories on the internet where people were actually doing this. And I'm shocked. I'm just shocked because for some of you that don't know, I have somewhat of a history with 8-Bit Eric. Like, we've never met. We've never touched tips before. But years ago, I had Critical Satire upload on One Metal Jesus. And I think he saw that, and then he saw that I had some uploads on one of his pals, Alpha Magazine. And he didn't like that, so he had his Radical Rig Exposed upload. He came here. We talked back and forth. You know, I talked about his e-bagging pals. You know, we weren't really on good terms. I don't know if we're on good terms nowadays. I really don't care much about covering that kind of stuff anymore nowadays. So So I don't know. But there is history there between both of us. Pro Jared. This is the last thing I want to talk about. He mentions that Pro Jared might have been one of the people that he shook hands with. Well, Pro Jared has his own, interesting kind of seedy past because, well, the picture, that got out. And I thankfully have not seen an unedited version of that picture. But maybe they might decide to touch tips in the future. I'm not sure. If I were 8-Bit Eric, I would probably apologize to every single person, if you could, online that you shook hands with that day. And I will say that this was on the RTU stream, and this other guy, I can't verify. I'm not going to do the deep investigation work to verify what this guy says. I have no reason to believe that this random stranger I've never met would lie. Well, of course I might have reason to disbelieve it because I don't care about this kind of stuff really. I just think it's kind of funny if it did happen. If it did. So I'll put that disclaimer there. If it did. I mean, I don't know. Does anyone have video of them shaking hands with 8-Bit Eric at this Too Many Games? Do you have any remnants? Maybe you're a huge fan of 8-Bit Eric and you thought to yourself, oh my goodness, I have some little white squirrely rimlets of him, I'm going to put these in a bag and do some science and make me some future 8-Bit Erics or whatnot. But yeah, I'm happy today because I don't have any of his greasy gunk on my hands, Yeah. Oof.